The 28th Angle Podcast.
Hey guys!
Hey!
Thanks for hanging out with us again today.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Hump Day. Look, we're together doing this. So this week's episode is going to be about us and our adventures in Cassadega, which is where we currently are. So by the time you guys see this, we'll be back home at our computers, hanging out with you guys again, but we figured we'd make our intro here because it could be fun. So yeah, today's episode will go into everything we did at Cassadega. We have some pictures and some videos and some other fun things, and yeah, we're going to talk all about it. So, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do
it.
it.
Three best friends twist and spin. Victoria, Heather, and Shelley, let the fun begin. Stories to tell, laughs to ignite. It's a 28th angle shining bright. Every week a brand new game. Three voices, one wild flame. Come hang with us, you'll agree. The 28th angle's the place to be.
All right. So kind of how this is going to go, just as a heads up for the rest of the podcast today. We have two videos we're going to show you guys. If anybody has anything that they want to say before, we'll say it, we'll play the video, and then we'll kind of finish the conversation about that video afterwards. And we'll kind of just keep that format for both of them. So yeah, hopefully we don't forget anything during that time, but I do want to just kind of give a heads up. I know that, well, for me, this is going to be a little bit different than how I would prefer our podcast to be, because it is a podcast and not a vlog. So the ideal situation would have been we played the video and watched it with you guys and talked about it or paused it or whatever the case may be to give more of the podcast vibe. But this video is going to be a little bit more video focused than I would normally have preferred. But with that in mind, we are on the second to last episode of season 2. Season 20. I don't know where that came from.
God.
I was thinking 28
Wow.
episodes. Yeah, so this is the second to last episode of season 2. So we've already been looking into moving to different podcasting studios, so that when we start season 3 at the beginning of June, we'll be able to share our screens, and that can all be part of the podcast. And yeah, we can see it, talk through it, and give it more of the podcast type of vibe feelings that we want to move towards in the future.
Well, just a note, we're always looking to improve every season. So hopefully alongside that, we can improve a lot of other things that we want.
That's always the goal. So so there's two videos. One's going to be of us going to the Haunted Museum, which I loved. One of my favorite things there for sure. The second one will be us visiting the Devil's Chair. We did do a lot of other things in between, and I do have like some videos of it. Like, one of the first things we did was the Haunted Museum, but then we went to the ferry trail, and there was a lot of vendors and cool things like that. We went to the bookstore and the Cassadega Hotel and things like that. And then I think we all got read by a psychic, because why not do that when you're in Cassadega? Right. But I would say the most memorable experiences were definitely the Haunted Museum and the chair, which is why we chose to show those videos. So if anybody has any questions about all the rest of the stuff, it may get brought up. We may talk about it from time to time. But for the most part, I think that's already going to stretch this episode out a little bit more than, than we would like or normal. So yeah. Anything to say for you guys before we watch the Haunted Museum video?
I don't think so.
So
it was definitely my favorite as well. So the museum.
Yeah, I loved the museum. It was a really cool experience. And I guess I'll go into kind of what it is. The Haunted Museum is, from what I know, and I did not deep dive this research, this is kind of what the owner told us and then kind of what we experienced. So it is the building itself is haunted. And all the stuff inside was donated from people all around the country, I guess. I don't know how true that is, because if you'll see it, maybe, I don't know. It's only like a 5-minute video, but they literally, it's like cram packed full of like spooky stuff, but like spooky decorations. But there's like the book from Charmed, and like there's some like Harry Potter stuff, and just like
the Harry Potter stuff is really cool.
So I don't want to say it was all like spooky or haunted. That doesn't seem reasonable for how packed it was. But it was really dark, and it does give the creepy, spooky vibes. And the rest, I guess, we'll kind of talk about afterwards. The only other thing I had in my notes to talk about before was the lights at the end of the video. So you'll see lights at the end of the video that I kind of see on the camera. You can see them actually through all of the video, but I never noticed them until we got to the doll wall. Just a heads up, we're not saying that is a spirit or anything like that. I've actually done some deeper research into it since I've even talked to these guys last time, just because I was curious. So to me, I do think it was probably the infrared from my camera, the night vision camera, for the first half of it. But to me, that still doesn't explain the experiences at the end with that dresser. To me, those lights look a little bit different than the rest of the lights if you pay attention. And then number 2, I turned like a lot of my night vision stuff on and off, and I could never get them to come back. So it is weird. It's still a weird experience that I could never recreate the situation at the end. So with that in mind,
well, I took just a little side note. The house is 124 years old because I took the little flyer home from the museum. Yeah. And it had 9 different rooms. So although you guys won't see all 9 rooms because it's broken into clips, there was 9 different rooms, and it was really fun. But yeah,
it was a lot of fun. And well, I'll say at the end, this video is only 5 minutes long. Ultimately, I think it took us about 30 minutes to get through it. And my camera was completely drained dead at the end, which is not normal behavior. So also keep that in mind. But I'll talk about more of that at the end as well, at the end of the video. So, all right, you ready to start it?
Let's watch it.
Go ahead.
Let's get into the video.
Proof Shelly's in here. Yeah. Look, she's here with us. Does that sound like us, Mom? Yeah. Is that what we sounded like as kids? I wonder if that's actually from Salem.
Heather.
It wasn't even trying to. That's them. Oh, we did meet them. I have their signature on a shirt. Yeah, I have pictures with them somewhere. Me too. Look, Mom Barker house. Oh yeah. Near there. My arm hurts me. I don't know if I realized it back then.
You didn't.
Danger. Go ahead, Shell. She refuses to go first. They said there's no jump scares in here. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. So I'm gonna take this over. My arm hurts so bad. The what? Yeah, that's where she is right there. What's the x-rays for? Can we check over? Maybe the rest of the world one day.
Maybe you can help us out.
That's so cool. I love that. I think mine would let me put it in my house.
No, I don't think you would actually. He would tell you no in a heartbeat.
See if you can see it not in night vision, sorry. Yeah, no. Can't see that. I just wanted to make sure I get it in its true light too. We appreciate you guys letting us visit. Island of the Dolls. Oh look, it stopped. Oh, I hope that showed up on video. It wasn't. It stopped. There was flashing lights all over the screen. Oh, like flashing. Wait, it was right there.
Go ahead, do it again.
Can you show us again, please? Oh, see? It's kind of doing it. Oh, it stops. You see it? No.
Oh yeah,
You
I see it. I see it. So it's almost like there's something there. Like there's an
Yeah.
entity there trying to show us.
Yeah. Right? Am I crazy?
No. We appreciate your effort. Can you give us any more?
Yes. And you can't see it, not in night vision.
Oh, it's like little orbs.
You can see the orbs, yeah. That's crazy. That's awesome. Can you show yourself again? It's not there for me to prove otherwise, but I will say I turned this light back on and it's still not there. So, just for the proof of it. You hear me? Just for the proof of it. It's not there now. But either way, I turn this on.
All right. So I think that video really just does not do that place justice because it's so dark and I had to cut it down so much. But
It was very creepy. Very.
it was so, and you can't really tell in the video because I had night vision on the whole time. It was so dark in there in some spots. It really was.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
They
you
gave
can kind of see.
flashlights to walk through just in case.
Yeah.
So.
I think we all used our phones, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I had the night vision camera
Yeah.
most of the time, so I didn't. But yeah. One of the first little clips is I had to add Heather scaring Shelly in there just because I caught the end of it on film there and I wanted to add that in there.
It wasn't even on purpose.
It wasn't,
Literally.
and it was a Grim Reaper, right? And he was holding a scythe.
Yeah.
And I was walking past it, and she was like right behind me, and she moved the scythe, but I didn't know she moved it. And all of a sudden, the thing just goes up, and I was like, I looked over, and I'm like, Heather.
But I didn't even like move it like with my hands. It was
She moved it
on the
with her
ground
foot.
hanging over. So
Yeah.
my foot kind of like kicked it
It's
as
funny,
I
though.
walked by. I didn't like
But
purposely move it.
it made like a scratching noise, like, you know, and then it raised up, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So that's scary.
It's funny. The second comment I wanted to say is the growing up in Ocklawaha part. I think me and Heather when we lived with our grandma, we lived like 5 minutes from the Ma Barker house. And so that was kind of a cool thing to see there completely away from it. I also had to add the clip of Shelly not wanting to go first just because
It
it's
was
the
dark in
typical
there.
Shelly clips. I do think one of the coolest parts in there was the Katie doll, which was the doll sitting in the chair in the video. I know you guys couldn't really read it, so I want Heather to read to you what the Katie doll is all about and the signs that it said and things like that. Yeah. And then any comments you guys have on it.
So it's the chair part of it, which I don't know if you could tell, but she was sitting on a chair. So it said the postmortem photography chair. This beautifully castrated chair, once used to photograph deceased children, was donated to our museum after found hiding in their home. It was put back together and shares a bond with Katie. So Katie's the doll, and Katie is a haunted doll that was located inside the walls of the donor's home. She was found along with her chair and sat together, creating unusual energy and occurrences.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So the top part of that is
the video.
Yeah, that part of the video. Yep. And then the top part of that was Robert the doll, which is originally located in the Keys or Key West.
In the Keys.
But it was just like not a replica, like made in honor of Robert the doll type thing.
Yeah. I mean, you can say it was like a replica.
Yeah.
It looked just like him. It was cloth, and I don't think the actual Robert doll is cloth.
No, not fully. So I think that was probably one of the coolest things there for sure. But my favorite was the doll wall. I loved the doll wall because it was so creepy and weird and different.
I did not like it. I did not stand there very long. I moved
No,
on.
I mean, you could see in the video, by the time we're done with the doll wall, Shelly's already all the way down the hall and coming back.
On her way back, yeah.
Shelly's trying to get out of there.
I didn't want to walk out by myself because then I'd have to go through the
Right.
whole thing by myself. So I'm like,
she was stuck with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved the doll wall. I thought it was really cool. There's actually even so much more to the doll wall than I could share because there was like the ventriloquist dolls that was behind us, and we have videos of that. I just didn't get to add that in there. The orb portions was really cool. You could see at the end that I like turned my night vision lights on and off to try and catch it, or have it come back, make it come back so that I could replicate it, so I could say, oh, okay, that was my camera. But I couldn't do that, which leads to believe that, I mean, it could have been a spirit. There's no telling. You'll never know. Let us know if you believe it or not, or if you've had experiences like that. And I think my last comment on that is, this was one of my first times. This camera's new, and this was one of my first times like fully using it. So I guess number one, I apologize for how wobbly it is while I'm learning to use the camera. But number two, I didn't know at that time that it completely drained my battery. But this next video we're about to show is the Devil's Chair, and it originally is like 45 minutes long. And when I ended the video at 45 minutes by choice, like we were done there, it was still completely full battery. So the Haunted Museum video completely drained my battery at 25 minutes. It died right before the 25-minute mark. It was completely dead. I had to end it because it was going to die. And then the next day when we go to the Devil's Chair and I'm recording 45 minutes and it's still completely full battery, I was like, dang, that museum completely drained my battery yesterday then. Because, yeah, and I just didn't realize it until I had a full experience with the battery or the camera. So yeah, it's crazy to think about.
That's cool though.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with all the stuff we've seen on it. Yeah.
I'm saying, just for anybody that may not believe or realize why we say that's a big deal, is because spirits
they're known for that. Yeah.
Yeah. They're known to like drain batteries or drain any kind of electronic stuff like that. So when it happens out of the ordinary like that, then it's hard to not believe that that's what it was. So
yeah, and at first I wouldn't have believed it because I'd be like, okay, well, whatever. The batteries are small, like maybe it just didn't last. But I have, now I have like physical proof that the battery is fully charged after a 45-minute video. How did it completely die in less than 25? Like, Same exact battery, by the way. We went back, I charged that battery, and it was completely charged before. So yeah, either way, whatever. Yeah, so let's get into the Devil's Chair video. So I do think we went back to find out where we talked about it the first time. So it's season 1. What did I say? Episode
25.
Episode 25. And Shelly said it was about 15 minutes in.
Minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Heather's talking about the Devil's Chair. So this is where I think at least me and Shelly first heard about the Devil's Chair. And then that's kind of where this trip came from, honestly. So
I have always wanted to go to Cassadega.
And I do know that we've talked about Cassadega. I don't know why I never knew about the Devil's Chair there. So, but yeah. Season 1, episode 25, Myth, Legends, or something along those lines. You'll hear me say that exact same thing in the video too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Side notes for the video. The first part of the video, the sound is really low. There's nothing important that was said. I just didn't turn on the audio to the actual audio device until we got up to the Devil's Chair. So it's only like the first minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes, maybe most. And then the last 30 seconds or so is just sound. And that's because of the experience that we had at the end there, which we'll talk about at the end. You'll hear about it too a little bit, but there's 3 different Devil's Chairs. The first one is the main one that you hear all the stories about. It's where we start off. The second one with the baby you'll see is the Clarkson family. We didn't go into it much, but we did look more into it while we were there. It was gated, so we couldn't sit on it. And then we go back. The third one is back to the Thatchers. It's just the oldest one there. It's the older family of it. So, I apologize in advance for the wind. It gets really windy and picks up, and you're going to hear that. And then there's also times where it's just showing the chair, and none of us are in there or in the picture, but you can hear us talking. And most of what I kept for that is me telling the history of like the chair or how they died, or just facts that we really didn't know until you hear me. When you hear me reading it, that's all of our first time hearing it as well. So, yeah, I think that's.
I just wanted to add that we had originally wanted to go to the Devil's Chair at night, but didn't realize that it was gated and closed. And so it opened at 9 a.m. and it closed at sunset. Though we probably could have made it sunset the night before, it was cutting it pretty close because that's when we did the Haunted Museum. So when you see us, we are there during the day. It's the first thing in the morning right when it opened.
And we're the only ones there too.
And we were the only ones there, but we still had fun with it. And I think you guys will still enjoy the video. So
yeah, kind of. I didn't mean to add that too. I just didn't even keep that in my notes. So the original plan was to hopefully be there at night and do like a typical investigation type situation, but that didn't happen there. Reasonable understanding why they wouldn't want anybody in the graveyard to destroy things and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't trust people either. So we made the best of it. It was still loads of fun and some cool experiences there. So anything else? Anything else you want to add?
Not that I can think of.
Let's get into the video then.
Let's do it.
September 7th, 1864.
That's water. Yeah, they said that that's what happens. It's still full. Well, that's what they said that happens.
You're supposed to leave it on the chair at midnight, and it'll be empty in the morning.
That's water.
Yeah, and it's water.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's still full.
He didn't want water. He wanted a
doesn't
beer.
want- wants a
I'm
beer.
confused by that. Alright, talk to the spirits, Mom.
Who am I talking to? These guys? I'm just listening to see if they want to talk to me.
Talk to Lynn.
Yes, tell me what's on your mind.
That's hilarious.
Well, that lady, that headstone over there says doesn't even have a death date.
She was born in 1918.
So maybe they don't know. Maybe they were found remains later. Oh, true.
I do get a heavy feeling right here in my heart.
That sure. Can't really read that on the camera, can you?
Somebody's sitting on me.
Well, yeah. You tell them sitting on you right now.
Fine is their last name.
Yeah, that's what he said. Fine. Fine,
But
I died.
But I want that on my gravestone anyway. Fine, okay?
I'm dead.
Even if it's not your last name. I'll change it before I die.
No.
Oh, wow, guys. Julia Roberts. Oh, this is the Roberts section.
Do you feel anything?
Do you feel heavy?
I was gonna say I do feel
Heavy.
something here.
Yeah. It took me a minute, but when we started talking, it felt like somebody was like sitting on my chest.
Yeah. It's like just a different
Just heavy, yeah.
feeling, like
Yeah.
a mood change. Like, I guess heavy would be the word.
Yeah, that's all I could explain it. It's just like a,
Well, it's like down.
Yeah.
Like heavy and. Can I have one of these when I die?
sure.
I think we should take a group picture on the chair for the 28th angle. Shelly's out.
Shelly's running.
I'm not sitting on it.
Okay, come stand beside it while we take a group picture then. I mean, you have a little bit of. Yeah, not right this second.
Oh.
It does feel like colder.
Yeah.
And I know, I know this is cold and it's under shade, but like a different colder.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us visit. I can't imagine you hate people here or
Well, the guy
do
who
worse things, right?
built it, he did it for his wife.
Yeah, he built that chair so he could sit there and talk to his wife.
Talk to his wife. That's it here? That's still sitting on the chair?
I would say so.
I'm
No,
gonna spray-
no, it's not.
I'm gonna spray my butt when we're done.
Just your butt. Look, guys, we got her to sit on the chair. Look.
Not fully, on the armchair.
It's still the chair.
That, in my head, is just the armchair. Arm of the chair. So I'm here sitting on this chair, guys.
We like the double chair. We'll go look up what episode that was on because for season 1.
Oh, was it? Season 1?
I think it was season 1. Myth, legends, and something, but yeah.
25,
I do-
I think, or 20.
I do feel a little
7,
weird.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You feel heaviness?
Yes, I feel heaviness.
I
Like,
feel like-
extremely on my shoulders and my chest.
Like,
here.
Yep,
I
that's
feel
what
like
I felt.
pain in the back of my neck.
I feel like,
Like-
actually my legs, I don't know if I can get up.
They want you here forever.
Like seriously, you guys, I feel really dizzy. It's kind of freaking me out. shit, that's weird. That's really weird. I don't like that at all.
Did it go away?
Did this person die tragically or something?
I don't even remember.
I don't know if I know how to die.
Yeah, like it just felt like all my energy came out of my leg, like from top.
Yeah, I just felt very sad, depressed, and heaviness.
Like when we were sitting there, that thing was going crazy, like the wind. We left now.
I feel like they died somehow with their head, because that's what
Yeah,
I kept getting like sharp pains right here,
yeah.
like right in the crease of my neck.
Mine was just right here. Heavy, like somebody was pressing.
Yeah, mine was like the shoulders down, and then it just felt like my legs were jello.
There isn't one official death story. The how they died usually refers to one of three things. The Thatcher family legend. The chair is located in the Thatcher family plot. One of the most common local stories is that a man, presumably a Thatcher, built the chair to mourn his wife and daughter. Oh, okay, that answers that question.
Oh, yeah.
Who supposedly died in a house fire around 1926. According to the
that's
legend,
She felt panicked, probably.
According to the legend, he spent so much of his time sitting there weeping that he eventually died of a broken heart or exhaustion.
Oh,
Right in the chair, yep.
And that's why we felt the heaviness.
Right in the chair, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
The spooky twist. A popular urban legend says that shortly after he died, teenagers saw a man sitting in the chair at night and called the police only to find out the man had been buried days prior. This is often used to explain why the devil supposedly visits the chair. It became a magnet for grief and restless spirits. In the early 20th century, these were known as mourning chairs or manu benches. They were simply places for grieving family members to sit while visiting their loved ones. The Thatcher chair is made of red brick and was likely built so that the living could comfortably spend time at the cemetery. Over time, as the practice of hanging out in the cemeteries faded, that's sad, the sight of an empty throne-like chair in a graveyard near a psychic capital, Cassadega, led to the spooky rumors we hear today.
Wow.
that's probably why I just felt that rush of like I'm freaking out crying.
Yeah.
Because I feel better now, but like, oh my god, that was just the weirdest ever.
So the mother-daughter allegedly died in a house fire per local folklore. The mourner allegedly died of grief, natural causes, while sitting in the chair. Yeah, so that's what it said.
Wow.
He's buried under the chair.
Oh, is he really?
I was thinking that.
I was wondering about that.
Oh, that is sad.
1917. Look at all the
1917.
toys he's got. He or she.
John.
John, it's a dude. A boy.
How old were they?
Precious son. They were born June 24th, 1917. They died December 6th, 1917. So
So he was only like, what,
6 months old. Yeah.
Clarkson. Well, infant death. I like all your toys. That bike is old.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it just started moving?
Hmm?
Can you ride your bike?
Shelly would be
Oh,
running.
look at it.
Oh, there's the parents' grave.
I hear about.
Dr. Pepper? more people would visit this grave.
Somebody come with me.
Just keep in your head it's not you.
So there's two different plots because George W. Thatcher belonged to a later generation, so he was buried with his own family over there. So there's two Georges, not to be confused. The kid that died at 5, and then there's a George that belonged to that family. He was the head of his family.
But they were all related though, right?
Yes. They ran this the family estate worked in cemeteries back then. Combined with the fact that the Thatchers were a massive multi-generational family in this area. That's why there's two separate. I was looking at why there's two separate.
Yeah.
You don't feel anything now?
Maybe a little heavy, but not like it was over there.
I do think it makes my headache worse.
Yeah, I don't
have a
I didn't feel nothing but a headache and my vision went blurry.
Because I didn't notice. Like I feel like it's moving further somewhere up or something. That's what I felt like. Because when I was over there, it wasn't like that. Like I need some coffee, so I have a slight headache already. But that's my problem.
Well, you need to sit down there and see if it gets worse.
I did. I mean, it did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
I don't know where I went for a minute.
just was sitting there.
I don't know where I was.
But I do feel like chill, like, you know.
So even though they are in the same graveyard, a single Thatcher plat wouldn't have been big enough to hold every single cousin, uncle, and sibling over a 50-year span. As the family grew and branches moved to Lake Helen, they would buy new, adjacent, and nearby sections. So.
I'd be like that family member. Why didn't I get an enclosed area?
Yeah.
The deaths in these two plots happened decades apart. So.
Oh wow.
Well, thank you for letting us hang out. I'm gonna go now. You stay right here.
So this one's actually older.
Yeah, that's what I said. They were born a year before.
Okay.
A decade before. 1870s, and then the ones over there were born in 1920s and 30s.
Yeah, walking out.
Bye, Thatchers. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tara. It's a bug flies in my mouth. Thanks for letting us visit. I hope you said something to us on our camera.
Yeah.
Recording devices.
Time? Yeah, that was the sound I heard.
That's funny.
But actually, wait, it doesn't make that sound when I turn it off. It only makes that sound when I turn it on. That was the sound I heard. I was turning it off. It doesn't make that sound when I turn it off. Huh? That's weird.
Well, hopefully it was on the whole time.
Yeah, I checked it multiple times.
All right. So that was a fun experience. I think one of the most notable experiences we had there, while I think most of us were able to share it in the video, was Shelly's experience. So I probably will hand it off to her, but I do want to note, you've seen her sitting there, the first chair, and she walked away and you heard a little bit about what she said. I did cut the video off after that, and I'll let Shelly say her experience from there. But I felt like it was kind of a more personal thing that not everybody needed to hear, because she does go into it afterwards, how she felt. And I knew that we would also be talking about it here. So without her permission, and I just didn't reach out and ask, to be honest. I did cut that part off, but you can't see anything anyway. It would just be us talking in general and her reactions. So yeah, Shelly, you want to tell us your experience there?
It's pretty crazy, because I honestly didn't think I was going to experience anything, but Um, I was legit emotionally drained. Like, I've never felt like that. Like, I was crying. Like, it was very sad for me. Like, I had a sad feeling. It wasn't very sad for me for being there.
Can you get a little closer to your mic?
Oh, see? Is that better?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't remember much of it. So you have to.
She's completely blocked it out.
I just remember sitting in the chair and then having like this really heavy feeling. And then, like I said, I didn't think I was going to be able to walk because I legit felt like I was completely drained of energy, like completely zero, none left.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll just say what I remember from my perspective then. I mean, like, she left out of there, and it was like the second she stepped over the like threshold of where the gravestones actually were, she just starts crying and talking about how
she couldn't breathe.
She couldn't breathe, and
well, she felt heavy, not the
but she like felt drained.
But...
She kept saying she felt drained or exhausted or something. So I was like, do you need to go sit down? Like, I didn't want her to pass out on us. Like, I didn't know what was going on really. But you know, she kind of went through it, kind of what I think you do hear her say it when she's calmer, exactly what she felt. But yeah, we had to kind of talk her through it. Like, hey, you know, it's probably not your feelings. You're like overwhelmed. You might think it was you. You didn't know what was going on. So like all this happens.
Like, I think I had mentioned this before in an earlier podcast of something like this happening to me before when I was like 9 in a graveyard, you know? And as soon as I walked past that threshold, I felt fine. And this was kind of like not the same thing, but I don't know. It's just really
very
weird.
Similar.
Just it's hard to explain.
But we think it was pretty cool because none of us knew how any of them died. That, I mean, you heard me read it to them for the first time in that video. We all found out then after we had the experiences of how they died. So, I mean, dying in a fire, that would bring the panic that Shelley felt. Like, it's just kind of crazy how it adds up. So,
and then
it was a really cool experience.
And then feeling like when I
so sad that she was crying,
very sad, like crying, like with the husband sitting there, you know.
Yeah,
and he was exhausted.
I do think it was really weird. Now, it was windy the whole time, but you can tell if you watch it back how windy it was when Shelley was sitting in that chair. Like, it picked up right when she said that she felt something.
Like, so, but you can't really see it in the video, but that noise you hear. Oh, is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say they had pinwheels.
Yeah,
in front of
that noise
the
you hear in the video is a pinwheel blowing like crazy.
But between two walls, mind you.
If you go and look at when Heather sat, Victoria sat, Evelyn sat, you don't hear or like see any of the. Well, you don't see it, but you don't really hear it until we're sitting in there, the three of us.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you can hear the wind in the video too. Like, it picks up really strong where you just hear that wind sound into the mic.
I was worried that the camera is going to talk over.
But as soon as Shelley steps out,
it was
and like kind of we all leave, it's completely calm. Like, you don't hear any wind in it. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That could have been coincidence. Obviously, it could have just lined up that way. But it is kind of crazy that it fits in perfectly with everything else. So. And then, so just a couple other notes. In the third chair, I think this is something, well, I don't know. I actually heard this when I was editing it. So you guys can go back and listen to it as well and see what you think. In the third chair, right after I ask, do you wish more people would visit this chair or something along those lines? You can hear like whisperings or like a weird sound or voice right after that. It's really quick and it's really short. It could be nothing. I literally just heard it while editing this. So, editing that video. So
the pinwheels were going crazy there too. A little bit.
But it could be, I mean, it could have been, I don't think anybody was close enough. I mean, you can hear how low we are in general for the camera. So I don't think it would have been anybody breathing like one of us. None of us were that close to the camera. But I don't, there's no telling what it could be, but it might be worth listening to and let us know what you think it is. So, oh, and then we never said how they died, but we did look it up. I think the little boy that only lived till 7 or something, he died of scarlet fever. So that kind of adds up to why we all kind of felt headaches and things like that.
I didn't feel anything there, but
and I didn't really feel anything there either.
But Heather had a headache.
I mean, I did have a headache a little bit, and then, she had a headache. But again, like we said, we kind of had headaches before, so it's kind of hard to tell because it was really, we wanted to be there right when they opened so that we would be the only ones there to record and stuff. And we didn't have our coffee yet, so that might have been why. And then, is there anything else you guys wanted to add?
About that video?
About that video specifically? Because my last one is just the experience at the end, so.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
About
so the end of the video was kind of crazy. You can hear the sound that I was talking about.
I heard it
in the video, which is weird because that is what turns it on. And you can hear me at the end talk about how that sound turns it on, but it doesn't turn it off. So I'm confused how the video stopped. But yeah, as soon as Heather asked, is there anything else you want to say to the camera or the whatever? Like, you hear that sound, the beep beep sound, and there was 2 of them. And then I had to check everything, and you can still see the audio. So my audio device and my camera device are 2 separate things that I connect together, which is a great example of why I do that. Because they shut the camera off, but they didn't shut the audio off. So that's why the last part of that video doesn't have any video and just audio, because it was me shutting the camera off. No, I mean, I did at some point just to replay. I mean, you can hear me replaying that sound back. That's when I shut the video off and turned it back on and shut it off, turn it off, whatever. But there's no video of that, obviously, because it would have just been bleeps of flashes of the graveyard. So, so I just kept the audio and that was it. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. And again, it was full battery. It wasn't about to die. None of that. So that's kind of weird and kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, I think that's all I had on that video. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it. It was a really fun girls weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can say we've sat in the devil's chair. I think my favorite part is still the haunted museum, but I am going to hand it over to Shelly because she has her favorite part that didn't make it into the video.
Yeah, unfortunately. So we went to the gift shop, as you do go to gift shops when you're visiting places. And it was like this tiny little store. It was actually connected to the haunted museum. So I believe itself was haunted. The clerk had said. So us 4 walked in, and then behind us, so it's like this tiny little, doorway. And behind us was a couple. And these 2 were already like in the store, and it was me and Lynn coming up behind. Lynn was behind me, and all of a sudden I hear like this something falling to the ground. Like it was, it was a keychain that fell to the ground, and I was like looking around because I thought my bag hit it. I knocked it off the shelf, because it's like tiny quarters. And we're like, oh, I didn't do that. And I was looking everywhere for these keychains. The guy was looking everywhere for these keychains. And still to this day, I don't even know where those keychains came from. So whatever, we just sloughed it off like, oh, and the owner was like, oh, they tend to like throw stuff all the time. We're like, okay. So we end up going one way. And then the couple ends up going the other opposite way in the store. And then all of a sudden I hear something fall to the ground in front of this guy, because you hear it clear as day. Like somebody threw something at him. And all of a sudden he's like, what the heck? I think that's what he said.
Yeah,
and we all looked over, and there was a keychain on the floor in front of him. Like, we were nowhere near. He was nowhere near keychains. I don't know, do you guys even see these keychains hanging anywhere?
I seen the keychains when we first went in. It was on that first wall right in front of the register.
They were on the wall, but when it happened, nobody was near the wall. I understand that you just walked by, But when it actually happened, no one was near that wall.
We were past the wall.
We had already passed that wall. The couple that was there
just came in the door.
Wasn't even in arm's length of it. They were fairly far away from it.
And that's why it was so.
And mind you, when they turned the corner and went the other way, that's a big open space over there, and completely. I mean, you couldn't knock something off and it go that far. You couldn't, not from that wall. No. I mean, you would have had to had thrown it at that couple, like honestly.
Yeah. The first keychain that fell on the floor was a psychedelic. I think it was like a psychedelic heart or something. Nothing written on it. And I think the second one was something like, I like to play with rocks, or I like to play with crystals, or something funny.
Yeah,
something
it said
funny.
something on it.
Yeah. So
but the cool thing was the store gave it to him.
The store gave it to him. Like, oh, it looks like somebody wants you to have a keychain.
Yeah.
I would have been like, looks like this keychain is staying right here.
I'd have kept it and said, cool, thanks for
I would have kept it too. Yeah.
I would give it to you guys. Like, here.
Yeah.
After I say too.
So, yeah. That was a cool experience. What was your favorite part, Heather? Do you have a...
No, I mean, I enjoyed the whole weekend. The haunted museum was definitely up there for me, and then just the experiences at the Devil's Chair was definitely fun.
It was really cool. Yeah.
So, it definitely makes us want to go do more things like that. So
yeah. So also, I know she had mentioned this at the haunted museum. They had like Harry Potter stuff. Like the stuff that they had from the Harry Potter movie was like movie props. Like I've never seen any of the stuff that you can buy anywhere. And they also had like horror movie props as well, like characters.
Well, they had a ton of that. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if people like
there was a lot of high quality stuff. There was a couple non-high quality stuff in there for sure, but yeah.
But there was a lot of really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, there was.
But yeah, we should definitely wrap this up. So I apologize for the length of this one. Say we're hitting close to like 50 minutes at this point, probably.
But it was a lot. It was a whole weekend jammed in an hour.
And just know that I narrowed it down a ton. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week is our last episode of season 2.
Episode 28.
Yeah, so we'll give dates and all that next episode on when we'll come back and how long we'll be gone and things like that. And I think, if you guys like this kind of stuff, we are hoping to plan like graveyard visits and maybe other haunted houses if we can. They are kind of far and few in between and really book up quick. So we'll see what we can fit in, but I think it should be fun. Shelly doesn't agree, but we're going to make her come anyway.
I said I was going to be on the curb.
Thanks for hanging out again with us this week, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thanks for the laughs, the time we spent, every word, every moment meant. Take it in.